Hello everybody and welcome to another brand new episode here on Riverbend Springs and the Market Gardener. Right, here we go. So what have we got in store today? Well, today is going to be quite a busy day actually. We've already got the tractor out working over in a field over there, just doing a bit of cultivating. We have bought a ridger, if I didn't tell you. I think I bought that in the last episode, I think. Might even have been the episode before. But anyway, so we bought a ridger. And we have also bought a forklift. Now, don't necessarily at this moment in time need a forklift. But we're going to. Because I didn't realise something. Turns out. Actually, this one is as well. So these greenhouses require seeds. And a lot of seeds. And I didn't know that. I didn't realise that at the time. I don't know why. I don't know why I assumed this, but I assumed that once I did the enable automatic watering and then sort of put some seeds in, it would automatically just keep sort of kind of refilling, but no, apparently not. So I bought that because we're going to need seeds on an enormous scale because those greenhouses go through seed like you would not believe. Honestly, like it's been a nightmare. Anyway, so I've got 2 pallets that are left here. These were the ones that were left over from me filling it last time, so no problem. But the next time that we bring some in, what we're going to do is we're going to pay a haulage firm and we'll get them to deliver an Arctic load of seed, and we'll need a forklift to unload the lorry. So, and we all know how good my forklift skills are. However, that's what we're going to have to do. But for today's episode, so what I want to do is I want to get chickens on here. So you remember this was originally the field that we planted 4 crops of our veg. Oh no, 3 crops of our veg. So carrots, parsnips, and red beets. And then last year we harvested oats off this field, which was a complete waste of time, and vowed that I wouldn't do it again. However, as I say, some things have changed. So not only have we got the new ridger, and also the forklift. I've turned that over to grass, and then this field over here today, hopefully, we are going to get our grapevine starting to go down. Not sure whether to go that way or to go that way, but this is quite a big area for us to expand on. So I think it's only right that we start to also as well get down some paths, and also we can put our completely gone out of my head, beehives down. And we can do that. So that will be another thing that we can do today. Also over here, which was what I was originally meant to tell you, but I then got sidetracked as usual. On that bit of land there where I've now put the grass, so I planted grass there last year. I am going to put on here the chickens. So we're just going to have 1 chicken run for a start because I don't have that much in the way of feed. We've got a field of wheat, over there growing. I've also, what an introduction. How you all doing? Are you all okay? I hope so. I hope you're having a good day. Right. I have also purchased these 2 fields. This one here and this one over here. Now this one over here, quite luckily, has got carrots on it. I didn't realise that when I bought it. I literally just went and bought it, and then it was kind of like I just came over to kind of see what was in there, and this one has carrots in it, so this will be obviously left, but this one will be cultivated, and then what we'll do is we'll get sorghum in there, and that will be our chicken feed, and then our wheat will be for our flour. We won't get a great deal of wheat off there again. I do realise that there'll be a little bit more sorghum in here, which is great. And also as well, there is, let me find, there is a cheap combine, a small cheap combine somewhere there is in here. I might buy that because now the other thing as well I've had to do, and it's worth pointing this out now, I've had to turn the economy difficulty to hard because we were just making that much money that it was it was spoiling the kind of ambiance of the game, of the save. And I just thought, this is ridiculous. Like, I've literally only got to have like that many greenhouses and a few, not many rows of grapes, not many rows of beehives, and I'll be a billionaire by the time we finish this save. So I thought, well, it's gonna have to go over to hard. Now I do normally play the game on hard, and it took me a long time to figure out why I was making so much money so quickly. Because when I tried it for myself first to make sure everything worked, like the greenhouses and everything, to make sure there was no errors in the game and it wasn't going to kill our save, I wasn't making that much money, and I just could not figure it out. I thought, I'm making like double on this save what I'm making in the other one, and on the other one I've got way more. I had chickens, I had loads of things, and I was making nowhere near the money, and I just could not figure it out. And then I was in the settings, either last episode or maybe even today actually, before I got sort of cracking on. And I was like, oh, I'm on easy, that's why I'm making so much money. So I've changed it over to hard, so things hopefully should be a little bit more challenging now. But anyway, we'll get the chicken run down on here. We'll get the chickens bought, and then we will construction, and then we will move on, because as I say, we've got quite a bit to get on with today. We've got chickens. We'll go for the big one straight off. Yeah, so as I say, and then what we'll do is we'll put that like that. We will then try and move our mouse so that we can actually get these things square, and we will then press that button so that it doesn't destroy the terrain. We could actually make that. No, that's all right. We'll stick with the original plan, James. And there we are. So as I say, we can then just put another one there, another one there, another one there, so forth, and then do the same the other side, but just change them round. We will get rid of these trees as well. I love trees in real life, not a fan of farming sim, gotta be honest. It's just getting away too much. Yeah, so like I say, in real life I'd leave the trees well alone, but on farming sim, nah. Right, what we'll do is we will get the chicks and we will put 60 in. No, we won't. We'll put yeah, we'll put 60 in. Oh, all right, you can actually go to 250 now, can you? Oh, I didn't realize that. Anyway, and then we'll put 20 in. We'll start off with 20 because we haven't got much food. I know they're not going to eat much anyway, but so we'll start off with 20 and get that done. What we need to do as well is we need to go and see how our man's doing. Actually, just tab over to him, James. It's a bit quicker, mate. There we are. He's nearly finished, so that's fantastic. So he can then go and get the other field cultivated, and then we can get on with planting these, because obviously we're going to plant these with veg again. So again, we're going to have parsnips there, or we might have red beet there and parsnips there this time round. So we'll alternate, but we need to get that road up. So what we'll do is we will get our field. Oh, hang on, I need to check how much horsepower that ridger needs, because if the ridger needs more horsepower than the cultivator needs, oh no, not that one, 160. Oh, we was going to hire a tractor in, weren't we, for the ridger? Yeah, I remember. So that works out then. So we'll hire a tractor in. We don't need a huge tractor. We just need one big enough, really. Ooh, I didn't mean to pick that one. Right, it's 171. Yeah, I mean, to be fair. We just need something a bit bigger than the one we've already got. What's that? That's 143. No, so we'll go for the vent. I've not used it, so we'll need. We will need Michigan. Can we have thin wheels, row crops, whatever you call them? Oh, narrow tyres. Oh, I don't know. I don't want them on doubles. There we go. Yeah, I'm not bothered about all that. That's fine. So, how much is that? That's 170,000. Actually, you know, to be fair, that might be something to look out for in the used market. Right. What we'll do then is we will not do that. We'll do this. Oh, toe rag. He was finished. Let's skip back. I don't like tabbing, but needs must. We're very busy today. Needs must. So we will now get him over to the other field, and then he can cultivate that. I think I'm also going to need to hire a planter, you know, for sorghum. I don't think you can drill it anymore with a seed drill, which is, I don't know. You know, why have it in one game that you can, same with soybeans, and then decide, actually, no, this isn't, you know, the realistic right way to do it. So you're actually going to have to, you know, now get a planter to do it. I don't know. Anyway, just another one of those little bugbears with the game. It was like, it was good enough for FS22. No one really complained about it, I don't think. You know, why is it no longer good enough for FS25? But anyway, it's not important. Just move on, James. So we will put that in there. Yep. And then we will get this one. And then we will drive this one back to the farm. We'll put on the ridger and we'll get working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to a little bit of time lapse, because as I say, we've got quite a bit to get on. I'll keep dipping in and out and having a chat, and sort of, if I think there's something worthwhile saying, you know, obviously we'll be saying it. But until that point, I'll see you in a minute. Bye for now. So there we go, we're back, and we have got that done. Now, you might be wondering why I did that. So the reason why I did that was because originally I thought, giants have now put in multi-terrain angle, blah, blah, blah. It will follow the curve. Did it L. So then what I did was I used it as my sort of in and out mark. So I'll cultivate that off. And that side we didn't even bother. We just used the GPS sort of header mark. You know, headland mark, I should say. So that side's fine, but that one I'll just cultivate that off. But what we'll do is now we'll go back, we'll get the planter, and the other tractor's going to have a nice tea break down there, because I just want to get on. I want to get things planted and done in today's episode. I've had a little thought as well. Well, I say I've had a little thought. So during me recording the time lapse there, I had a phone call, and it was my good friend Ray, and he had just seen the he'd just seen a 1950s episode, and then straight after watched one of these episodes. And he said, like, interesting concept, quite like it, good job, blah blah blah. He said, and then he said to me, he said, because he watched the last episode first. I don't know, he's a weird man, but anyway, rather than watching the first one and going from there, he watched the last one. Because he said, well, it's like this here, James. He said, I always read the ending of a book to find out whether I want to read the rest of the book. And he said, it's no different. And I said, but that's not where it ends. And he went, yeah, I know. He said, but it was the most endest point that I had. So I was like, okay, fair enough. I said, your logic works somewhere. Don't worry. And, oh, darn it. I thought it was full. We'll go back and fill it up, shall we? Oh dear, I genuinely looked at that. Oh, you know what I looked at, don't you? I looked at the blooming maintenance level. I didn't look at the bloody drill level. Right, no problem. We'll just go in here and we can use this drill. We can use this seed in. This seed in here. If I get my buttons the right way around, anyway. Right, we should be. Yeah, there we go. Might need to just run the forklift down there with a pallet of seeds. We'll see. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, he called me, and he saw me sort of explaining about the grapevines and stuff like that, and he said, he said, before you put any of that stuff down, I was like, right. I said, this might be useful, Ray. I said, because I'm about to do it. He said, before you put any of that stuff down. I said, yeah. He said, you want to get that grass cut, get that baled. I said, yeah, Ray. I said, but the thing is, you make so much money out of silage, I said, like, I don't really want to, I don't want to, sort of become a billionaire over. I said, I've just put it on hard because I was making so much money. And he said, no. He said, forget about silage. You wouldn't do silage if you was a little market gardener. So I said, well, that's what I thought. So he said, no. He said, you want to do horse hay? He said, if you was a market gardener and you had a few acres of land like that. I said, yeah. He said, you'd definitely be doing horse hay. I said, really? He said, oh yeah. He said, like, there's no two ways about it, Jamie. He said, like, you would definitely be doing horse hay. So I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. And he said, like, he said that he said it's big business. He said, like, a lot of people don't realise. He said, not only is it a big business in America, he said, which is where your map's based. So I said, true. He said, it's also quite big business here in the UK. So I said, really? I said, I don't know anyone that does it. And he says, no, it's not widely done around here. He said, but trust me, he said, like, you go like Essex and you go sort of down south, and it's done a lot. So I was like, oh, well, thank you. I said, like, I didn't know that. So yes, so that's what we're going to do. We'll have to hire the equipment this time, or we might have enough to buy it, but otherwise we might have to just hire it for this time. But if it's something that's worth doing, then there's no reason why we can't buy another field, set that to grass, and just grow our horse hay on there. So I'm sort of always waiting and looking and, you know, sort of searching for new ideas, and that seemed to be a fairly, you know, sort of good one. Right, this won't take nowhere near as long, to be fair, so... And, okay, we have got a little bit of an issue here. There's not much I can do about it, unless we leave them blank now. We'll come back here. Alright, we'll sow them, turn the GPS on, otherwise we'll be all over the place. But yeah, so that's what I might do. Because as I say, it's just something I didn't realise. The problem is with me, I kind of get a farmer. He buys tractors, he grows crops. He buys bigger tractors, he grows more crops. You know, that's kind of how simple James's brain works, you know. So yeah, we'll be looking into the horse hay thing. Or as a friend of my dad's used to say, because he used to have greyhounds, and he used to have horses as well. His wife had the horses, and he had the greyhounds, and she was into sort of race horses and stuff like that. And obviously he was into racing his greyhounds and what have you. And occasionally we used to go and watch either their horses competing, or, you know, their dogs sort of competing in the you know, in the greyhound races. And and he used to always make me laugh, because he used to always say to my dad, he'd say, "Oh, do you know anywhere I can get any horse hay from?" And and my dad was like, nah. He said, "I don't know, mate." He said, I'm really not sure. And I said, when he used to go, I said to my dad, I said, "What the hell's horse hay?" And he said, "Horse hay." So I said, "Well, why didn't you just say horse?" And he said, "Well, that's how he says it." I says, "But that's stupid." He said, "James, he's 6'5". He said, and nearly as wide. He said, "I wouldn't tell him that." I said, "I wasn't going to. I'm just saying it's stupid." I said, "And I'm saying it to you." But yeah, he used to always call it horse hay. Yeah, we need some horse hay. I was just like, I was like, "What? Speak English, man." But yeah, so anyway, that's the plan going to be for moving forward for the farm. So it's something else we can do, something different. Again, you don't see too much of it, so, you know, it's again something new and something a bit different. All right, I know we haven't drilled right up to the thingy, to the end there that time, but we're going to overlap too much. Why are you not? Oh, there we go. I was going to say, why are you not selecting, accepting the thingy, but I was pressing the wrong button. Yes, well done, James. Anyway, we're going to crack on with this, so I will see you in a short minute. Right, so we're back, and we've now got that obviously done as well. Got that fertilised, and I thought I'd leave the computer to drill the sorghum, but at least we got the veg planted now, so that's all well and good. And so we got that done now as well. We got that field sprayed. We'll need one more dose, but when I go to do the next dose, I'll fill the sprayer up. We'll get some spray delivered, and we'll also as well then spray the veg and the sorghum that's currently being drilled. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here. Got quite a bit done today. It's going to be an episode or two now before we get building, wrong shed, before we get building what we want to build on that bit of grass and laying down. We probably are going to have to, in the next episode, get the grapevines down, if we're going to do them this year. I mean, it might be that we wait a year. I don't know. I'm not sure, but if we are going to do them this year, they need to go down. Need to go down now. Otherwise we're going to be too late. And hopefully, why are you not attaching? Oh, it's because you want a swingy and you've swung that way. That'd be the reason why then, James. So yeah, as I say, I'm going to get that field rolled, and then when we come back next time, we'll decide on what we want to do with the grapevines. And as I say, I think that bit of grass there, that's got to be the rest of our expansion, in terms of the beehives, in terms of the grapevines, in terms of the olive groves. Eventually, when we get olive groves, it will be a long time before we do get olive groves, just because I will actually need a proper harvester for that, and that's a lot of money. And we're no longer going to be making the money that we once were, because, as I say, I didn't realise it wasn't on hard. I thought it was, and that's why I couldn't work it out while we were doing so well. At first, I was quite excited by that. I was quite excited by the fact that we were doing so well, and then it was kind of like, hang on a minute, we're doing over well now. So as I say, I've hopefully sorted that out now a little bit, so it will just sort of slow us down a little bit. But so I say hopefully that will work. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this episode. As I said, thanks ever so much for watching. If you haven't done already, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help my channel, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Bye for now.